deep pixels. So this video will be separated in two parts. The first part will be a 2-minute explanation on how to use deep pixel. So for people who doesn't have time, I will explain it firstly. And the second part will be a detailed explanation on how to use the website. So 10 seconds sum up. Deep pixels is to make Minecraft textures. It's not a Minecraft plugin, it's not a Minecraft server plugin. It's just textures. It's just about textures. So it's a website where you can generate textures and images. So it's really diverse what you can do with it. There's a lot of models. So you should go first to deeppixels.com/home. The link will be in the description. There is some help. Please click on it. You must accept the cookies first, but some help. Click on it. You can also join the Discord at the bottom right if you've got an issue. Response will be very fast. Don't worry. Regarding the prompt, I want a very nice sword. This is noise. You don't want to have something like I want. The same for ChatGPT. If you're just prompting with ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT max 30 words. Max 30 words. Otherwise, it will make you 3 sentences and it won't go well if you want to do items. Maybe for 3D render it's interesting, but for items you must be concise the more possible. Text accuracy, this is very much too high, this is very too low. What is text accuracy? More accurate, less accurate. So more accurate, less accurate. You've got the idea. You've got the category of models, so everything is organized. Just read and try to understand. So pixel art is pixel art. For example, if you're looking for the armor set model, which is in fact, so if we go on images just to showcase, let's take something like one, maybe there's an armor set 2. Where is the armor set, please? This time I found. Yeah, here we are. We've got armor set. You see, those are 16 by 16 items, but the global image is 64 by 64. So you will find armor set in pixel art 64 armor set. Myself, I'm getting lost. So here you go. We can do something like rabbit, for example. You must select the AI model. This is important. Select the AI model and generate. You will see the image here. Just wait. It's not instantaneous. You must wait, and you must read the orange message if it's telling you something. Okay, but it's not instantaneous. The same for the progress bar. The progress bar isn't very responsive sometimes, so just wait. What I recommend is you create an account and you find your pictures in My Pictures. If you don't do that, you will get your image lost and you won't understand why. So here we've got Blue Rabbit. So you see it's very accurate in terms of prompting, but I could have said the Guardian of Thor, also the version of Thor magical set, for example. I'm not really sure what it will give. You've got the creativity slide, more creative, less creative. It's that simple. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of models also you can choose from. Always select the AI model. So here we are. We have got our blue Guardian of Thor magical set, which is blue actually. Okay, no worry. But that's pretty good actually. So you see there are some artifacts on the items. It's really easy to fix in Photopea or in any image editor. If you can do that, probably you shouldn't use. If you can't fix 5-6 pixels, you shouldn't use the AI. So the AI is not perfect. There's a lot of models which aren't perfect. I know it. The key is not telling yourself, oh, it got a bad result. The model is bad. All the results will be bad. There's some statistical for the models. So like some models 30 to 50% of the time are good. Some models are 5% of the time very good. But really, when it's really good, I'm not joking, it's night and day between the previous generation sometimes. So just try to experiment. You must wait. It's not extremely fast. There's a lot of new models which are called item mini speed, for example. Safe of God, for example. So item mini speed. So I know what is item mini speed. It's one of the first model of the website. So it's not very great quality in terms of image. It's still nice to try to use. So this was the 2-3-4 minutes tutorial to get your hands on Pixel GPT. Also, there is an app which is downloadable on Spigot. This app, you can use it. It's very practical if you want to have access really fast. So this was, yeah, it's normal because it was, I didn't select it correctly, the previous images. If I go in my pictures, I can find back my image, and here you go. We've got Scythe of God, okay? So you see, it's a scythe. There's a lot of scythe. You see those fast models. There's a lot of different fast models. There's not a lot of them. There's actually some. So for example, the speed here. When it's called speed, it's very fast. So you just have to understand that. Gold rank, for example. Right. I can just select. So how does it work? So I told you about prompting before. I want a golden gem. Like I said, noise. So remember, noise. You don't want noise in your prompt. It's going to break the image. When you've got something like here, you can choose the aspect ratio. So yeah, this is the 12 model. The aspect ratio. So this is landscape, this is square, this is portrait. Don't use text style. What is don't use text style? You see, when the AI was trained, it has learned some concepts. So it has learned some concepts and it has learned some visual concepts. So you need to understand that we have to separate the two. There's one concept that it learned, which is the style of the image. For example, it could be pixel art, it could be cartoon, it could be anything. And the concept, for example, a sword is a concept. Maybe the AI didn't know about sword before, now it knows it. Don't use textile. Sometimes the generation has some bias. So, for example, for complex generation, what is a complex generation? Complex generation can be a GUI generation, for example. So when you're trying to generate a GUI, you know that a GUI is complex. There's some dispositions. There's a lot of things to think about. So when the generation is complex, you should consider deactivating the text style. Precise text guidance is very specific to some models. Not all models have this option, but the models who have that option, if you click precise text guidance, you will get more. It will more closely follow. It will more closely follow the prompt. So if you're asking for, I don't know, a red sword with gold pommel, maybe just try precise text guidance because it might help you a lot. So that's the general idea. So I just tried to switch between models just to find some options to explain. Generation precision. So this is low precision. This is pretty good precision. This is actually good precision, so really good. Please don't use this one. You can try sometimes. Some models work very well, but it's like 10% of them. So okay, really, if you have tried everything, try the fourth one, but just stay on the three first. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, let's just choose. Yeah, so some models have, you see, a block. Oh, here we go, a block option. So you can just choose to select the block. So don't tell yourself, oh, it's item, it's only item. Some models have block. So here you see block, precise text guidance. There's also, yeah. So color match. What is color match? Color match. You will have the ability. So I would just give a try right here. Gold, green, helmet, gold, green helmet. So I would just copy that. Yeah, select the same model, and I will add sword, scythe, and laser gun. Alright, so if I go back, see it's saved. I can just hit generate. You see what I did? I took the adjectives and put them back into the prompt of each thing. So what is style color match? Color match is going to try to use the same color palette and the same visual style. So it's not doing a lot of modifications, but it's reassuring coherency between the items. So this is a pretty good one to try out. Also it's pretty slow, so I forgot to say it. The more you put there, the slower it will be. So just understand that it won't be instantaneous. A lot of things in this website aren't instantaneous. People expect to see the thing generate instantaneously. It's not the case. It won't appear instantaneously. I have made a lot of support with people asking me why when I click generate that appears suddenly. It's not instantaneous. You must understand that. So yes, so here you got it. So if you pay attention, yeah, the color palette is not perfectly respected, but it's clearly copying the style between the items. So you see there's some coherency between the items, but it's still not perfect. There's a lot of models. Don't tell yourself, oh, this one is bad. All the models are bad. Don't think like that. It's very bad. You will just lose some tryouts of other models, and it's bad. So that's the idea. Ultimate, ultimate are really good models. Sometimes they are pretty slow, but those are very good models. So, for example, if I say Scythe of God Rage, it's very weird prompt, I admit. Let's put something like okay. I like those the third one for this model. Oops. So that's the idea. There's the illustration. There's a lot of models actually. There's a lot and a lot of models. You really need to experiment with them. That's the idea. I don't see any other options. So if you remember well, thumbnail. So thumbnail, you will have custom text. Uh, Try multiple times. You can get really good thumbnails if you prompt correctly. So if you ask Minecraft, for example, and if you specify the text and you try multiple times. If you just don't see the text perfectly at first prompt and you're saying, oh, it's bad, it doesn't work, no, don't think like that, it's really bad. So here you got it, Safe of God. After that, you could remove the background in any software. It's very easy. Of course, the website won't do all the work for you. You will have to do some modifications like the pixel here, the pixel here, the pixel here. It's not perfect. You must remember it. A lot of people are just thinking it's going to be perfect. It's not. It's not going to be perfect at first glance. You have to try the prompt. Uh, where you have the most control on is the prompt. So just try with the prompt. Ask ChatGPT to make small prompts of 30 words, like I said, and it will work okay. So for all the models which are available, I will give some tips for each of them, but those are the ultra 12 speed. We have already tried it. You see, it's very diverse in terms of items. So the style is pretty much the same. It's each model has its style, but it's very diverse. Default is a very old model. It has a lot of knowledge about items, but it's a very old model. It's the only models with a 32 one to have alpha channel support. I don't recommend it. A lot of people use it. it's bad. So if you want just a base item, you don't really care about the look or anything, yeah, try it, but it's really bad. But a lot of people are actually using it and making it pretty nice, but just want the shape, the base shape to use it. So why not? It's a good idea either too. Super 16 base is pretty bad sometimes, but you see it has this kind of RPG very weird look, which is pretty good. Super 16 style can be extremely good. It can make really good items, and also it's very good. Not a lot of people are using it. I can tell you it's a very good model. Mini 16 speed can be really good in terms of diversity, but in terms of quality, I'd say it's middle. I'm not really sure. Ultra 16 basic like Ultra 16 basic V2 and Ultra 16 mini are three very good models. Ultra 16 speed is an extremely good model in terms of quality, but I think it's a little bit too much biased on stones. I see it like this, but it has some color bias and it's not really good at a lot of items. So there will be a version 2 of this model coming soon, but at least now we've got this one. Ultra 60 mini single is the same as this one, but in single. Ultra 16 basic alt is a pretty good model also, if I remember well. It has a different artistic look, so you can try it whenever you want. Ultra 16 star also is pretty good, really good. 16 pix premium is also a very old model. Some people are using it. Uh, it's in terms of model size, it's a very big model, but it's a failure. It still does exist here because some people use it, but it's slow, and it's very bad. Default 32 can be good, I'd say, but most of the time it's bad. It's just bad. You don't have to expect anything great from it. Super 32 base, it's the first 32 base model created without alpha channel support, of course. It's really bad. Same for V2. V2 is a bit better, but it's bad still. 32 px ultimate, like I said, when it's named ultimate, it's very good. And yes, this one is extremely good. It's maybe one of the best model of the website. Super 32 portrait can be really good also, so just try it, just experiment with it. Also play a bit with the prompt to increase the quality. Some people just put really random words into this one, and they're asking themselves. I saw some people asking for sword in portrait. They're asking for sword in portrait, so just think about it. It's not made for it. You can try, but it's not made for it. 16 pix item, so you see it can go crazy sometimes. It's the case on Angel, but if you ask items or things like this, you see it has coherency between the items, so it's really good to try it out and try something with it. There's a lot of coherency. It's also good for GUI parts, so you can try it. A lot of people aren't using like 10% of 1% of all of the people are using at least max 1% of all the model capabilities. You really should try different prompts and different combinations. So 16 pixel ultimate, it's also very good for items. Be careful, sometimes it can go crazy. Sometimes it can go crazy, but most of the time it's okay. 16 pixel RPG is for RPG, so when you have top view, so you can add table or things like a fountain. I don't know the English word, but that's the idea. You can ask for RPG stuff, but don't try to ask for things that aren't RPG. You see, it has a very special style. Same for MCG art. MCG art is a bit overfitting sometimes, so you get kind of the same prompt. You see there, it's the same prompt and it's nearly the same generation. So V2 fixes that. V2 is actually pretty good, but still, GArt V1 is you have to prompt it multiple times with different combinations. and also use GPT a bit if you want to help it. MCG art is very good. It lacks sometimes on some concepts, but it's really good anyway. V2 speed is pretty good, but like any speed models, they have some the lack of quality sometimes. Model texture V1, it's bad. It's bad. I'm going to retrain a V2. I don't know what happened, but it's actually really bad. I think it diverged and I messed it up, but it's pretty bad. Super 16 MC set, you've got a lot of control on this one. It can be really good. So you just have to prompt it correctly, but it's one of the best model of the website. Super 16 for MC armor, you can get good armor, but one chance out of 10 maybe. But when it's good, it's really good. I have to admit, it can be really good. You just have to prompt it multiple times. Super 16 for MC portrait can be really good also. Just don't ask weird things, which on portrait sometimes, but otherwise it's good. Super MCV2, it can be really good MCV2, you just have to play with it. The same for V3, also the 7 last creative option. If you put the bar at the maximum, you can try to get some pretty good results, but still the same, you have to prompt it multiple times. Don't expect a first shot good result. Just don't think about this. It's a very bad expectation. MC skin, it can be good sometimes, most of the time it's not good. It's not good. Default 128, it's really good. It can do pretty good pixel art. You just have to prompt it multiple times, but it can do actually pretty good pixel art if you know how to prompt it for. MCG Art 128, I don't even remember this one. What was this one? Oh yes, it's the GI model, but in 128. Also, don't prompt weird things with it. So people are trying some GI, of course, it can work, but it's not meant for that. So remember, it's a GI, so it's meant to be landscape, but it's not meant to be something like a GI itself. I understand why people are messing up with this, but because the name is not really clear, but it's not GI, it's actually pixel art, but in Minecraft style. So this is like a mob vote. So I actually spent a lot of time making those training data for this one. Um, it's like mob vote style, so it's not exactly mob vote. You see it's pretty different in terms of pixel art, etc. But it's not perfect. It's pretty good sometimes. You just have to experiment with it. Super 128 sprite. People, what are you doing with it? So people are just putting really crazy prompts sometimes, but you see you can get pretty good sprites sometimes. You just have to prompt it multiple times. MCG 256, it's bad. I have nothing else to say. People are using it. I don't know how they managed to make it nice at the end. It's pretty bad. So you see it has some quality, but it's really not pixel accurate. It's really bad actually. MC Venturigi, it's the one of the first iteration. It's one result out of 15 approximately is pretty good. When you get one result which is good, it's actually good. But I've made some variations to get actually to a better version of the model, which is better in terms of quality. You see that the V3 is really good. Uh, people are people still manage to mess up that model by prompting with really weird things, but most of the time you get a pretty good result with V3. But remember, the V1 aren't lost. You can try them anyway. You will get more creative result with them. It's just they are not following perfectly the shape of an inventory. So just remember that. Also NC tag V1 pretty bad, V2 it's the same. V3 you can actually get very good results. You just have to select the right options, combination of options, you can get really good results. Base 3D render MC, you see you can get really good results. It's not my best one for 3D render on Minecraft. It's a really good model. V2 is actually pretty good also. Cartoon, people aren't prompting cartoon stuff, so they are not getting out. It's item, remember, people asking for thunder on the city. It's not meant for item, but anyway, I don't know what to say else. People don't understand the name of the model. So, okay, MC Ultra. So you see, you get there's some weird. So you remember when I said don't go onto the option, the fourth option for text precision. Uh, yes, don't go to the fourth option because you will get this, okay? Don't use the fourth option, just use like this here, the first two second option. There's also way better images used with this model, just people don't prompt it correctly most of the time. Base 3D mob, you can get actually pretty good 3D model concepts. So you see you can map it on Blockbench after that. It's pretty hard, but you can do it. It's not that hard. Okay. 2D parallax is more for mobile games background, or for clear backgrounds. You see, you can do pretty clear backgrounds with it, but it's not very good on model. 2D cartoon art, you can get really good images with this one, just try it out multiple times. It's a very good model. People are using it really weirdly, but it's really same for MC thumbnail. If you don't know what you want, don't prompt the models, please. When you are asking for leave or it's nothing related to thumbnail, so the model will just spit out anything else but not thumbnail. So just remember that. MC thumbnail alternate. Also, thumbnail alternate is a bit better than thumbnail, but it's still not perfect. But those two you can get really good images. Just remember you can get actually pretty good images. I made an announcement on the Discord. Where is the Discord? Right. Yes, I think it was. So you see, there's a lot of generations. This is what the model Minecraft 3D Ultimate looks like. Also, you've got batch generations for premium, so I will show you after that. This is what you can get with tag if you prompt it correctly. Same here, if you prompt it correctly. It's all a question of prompting correctly the thing. People don't prompt it correctly, they get bad results, they ask me why. Same, you see, if you prompt it correctly, you can get really good results. You just have to prompt it correctly. Just experiment and prompt it correctly. It's no secret, no different secret. Okay, so I made this image one day, and yes, it's an old picture, but you can get this kind of thumbnails if you know what you want. Same for cartoon. I did it on the website, so you can do it. It's not complicated. You just have to understand how to prompt the models. It's really that easy. So skin models, you can get pretty good skins, but most of the time, like I said, they are pretty good. Minecraft 3D armor, you can get pretty good armor. You can get pretty good armor sets, pretty good items. So after that, you see, when I filter out the results, you can just get the items. You can get a pretty good set of items. This is the 16 pixel with coherency. You see the color which is coherent, the style which is coherent. It's really important, so you should really use it. 16:4 pixel portrait, so portrait RPG 64. Alright, so I think I made a tour on that, but that's the idea. Now I'll just go on chat. Chat, I made a lot of chat, so I won't ask. It's a pretty slow model right now. It will be faster later, but right now you can just ask for skills, Mythic Mob skills. Remember, it's for the Mythic Mob Minecraft server plugin. It's not some kind of chatbot like ChatGPT. You're asking a skill, you get a skill. There's nothing else. Okay, a batch. So you can actually, it's for premium only, but you can just prompt batch with models. So there aren't a lot of models, but after you can just put a list of text and you will see your batch generations. Alright. Oh yes, because I removed some. Okay. You shouldn't have this issue, but yeah. Because I removed some pictures manually. Alright, so that's all for now. Oh, that's a pretty good one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to create an account, it's very important. Also, you've got the premium plans, which are pretty good if you want to use them. And hope you have a good